Well, now that it's really hot, I finally made it out here. I had to plan on coming out here early, but I had to do some errands. Some things came up. So I have a whole new garden design, and I got a lot of weeds, and I'm gonna start working on that. I got this bed weeded yesterday and found some plants amongst the weeds that I wanted to keep, and I have some more plants to put in those bare spots, and then I'm gonna put mulch around everything. And I did put some seedlings in here too. So what I'm gonna work on right now though is these irises. They're the early blooming irises, and they are done blooming. I have a whole bunch over here too, so I'm gonna transplant them and finish this row right here. So when you come up to the garden, there'll be irises on both sides. Here we go. First thing I did was stretch out this line, and then I dug a trench next to it to try to keep it straight. And then I got some of the compost out of there to straighten that out, and I set it over there. And then I'm going to just dig these irises. I stuck the shovel in there and just pull them up and get the rhizomes out. And then I'll show you how to plant after I get them out. As soon as your irises are done blooming, you can transplant them. I'll just take this stalk off. I'll just cut it. And I cut the leaf too, so it's not moving around in the wind. And then all you need are some roots on the bottom like this, and any of this any of this top part that's not, that doesn't have roots coming out, you can cut that off. So I'll take these dead leaves off, and then the way you plant it, make the ditch. Everywhere it's kind of different. Here it's really super hot, so I don't have to worry so much about baking the rhizome. But you just want to get them in there, get the roots in contact, and then get all the roots covered up and keep this rhizome at the top. Here I don't have to worry about it. Somewhere where it's not as hot, here you want to keep that showing kind of like that. But here I can bury it and they do just fine. Alright, I'm going to keep going down the line. Okay, so I got these two sides done right here. I still have to get up there, but I was kind of thinking that since this is the very beginning, I haven't thought about the entryway very much because this has just been a big mulch pile. But I'm kind of thinking if I make this part in between the gates really pretty, then I'll be forgiven for some extra weeds. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I think that I'm going to put lavender balls at the corners here for the front. And I like to use lavender here because you can still shape it into balls. Even though, sorry, the dog. Even though I'd rather use box, but it would fry out here, so lavender does really good. So I'm adding some structure. I have a teepee, and I just planted this lavender at the beginning of the row. So then I'm going to put some purple sage next to it, and then some white yarrow. And this is purple sage, except it's not very purple right now because it was in the sun, or the shade, I mean. So it's the next day, and the wind chased me out yesterday. So I'll show you what I got done. This is from the tractor. It has rocks in it, but we needed the tractor for something else. I got rocks put in here. I put some lamb's ears in here. I got the purple sage planted, and I started putting white yarrow behind it. I got teepees up, and I got the same on both sides. So I'm getting these extra plants from another flower bed that I'm taking apart and replanting with different things. So I'm going to show you that now. And yeah. Okay. This is the one I'm taking apart. It's right at the front of the house. It's really messy. A lot of the plants don't like it right here, and it's driving me crazy. Most of it is the elm seeds. These are all from the elm tree. So I'm going to clean those out too. And I'm happy it's overcast day so I can get this done, and the plants won't like it being moved, but the overcast will help. To move yarrow, you just cut right into it and just lift it out. It spreads like crazy. I wouldn't use it if you lived in a temperate area, but this area, we love it. And it will get in your yard, like in your lawn. See? So just take caution if you use it. At this stage, your yarrow will not like to be moved, but if you keep it watered, it will grow. There's some grass in here to get out. But the proper time to move your yarrow is in the spring, right after it starts growing. That grass will die because it's too hot here for it. Okay, so I'm going to keep on working on that, moving as much as I want and putting it also in the other side. I got the yarrow moved and I watered it in, so that's why it looks all falling over. Right in this spot on this side, and this spot on this side, I'm leaving that open for an iris that I will show you in a second. And then also the purple sage, I wanted to show you what that looks like when it's full grown. So I'm going to do that, and next we're going to get the, I think it's called dark pink Gara. I don't know the other name for it, but it's Gara, and I'm going to put it right in here. I have 5, so I'll put 2 here and 3 on this side since this side's a little bit bigger. Here's the purple sage, full grown, and here's some more. And then this is the iris I'm going to put in there. My husband. So as soon as this is done blooming, I'm going to divide it and put it in those 2 spots. Alright, let's go back to that bed. Here's the pink Gara that I'm going to move over there, and I have 5 in here and they don't like this spot. It's not sunny enough. So they should grow taller, a lot taller than that, and we'll put it behind the yarrow. So this front part of these beds are almost done, but I have some morning glory down here that reseeded itself everywhere, and I haven't had this in here for like 2 years. So I'm gonna dig those up and then transplant a few onto my teepees, and then I'm gonna call this front part done for now. And I also have a wine and roses weigela over in that other bed that I'm gonna put in that back spot back there. It'll be a little bit more protected and hopefully it will grow big. I got the wine and roses Weigela planted, and I know it doesn't look as good with this straw mulch stuff, but that's what I have. It's way too expensive for me to buy, you know, pretty black mulch. I am trying to make more of it and hopefully get it a darker color and I don't have to put straw in there, but we'll see because it's so dry here that I don't know if anything will grow without watering it every single day, without all this ugly straw mulch. Now I'm just seeing what else I want to move out of here that like sun. So some of these grasses can move, like that one, and the feather grass, and the mum, and the columbine I'm gonna leave, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with the wallflowers. And I have these pansies that came back, and I also have violas, tiger's eye, I grew from seed. And I really like those. They have a bunch of different shades. So I'm gonna get those things out of here, find a spot for them, and start cleaning up these elm seeds. This is what I came up with. A red geum, cayenne peppers from the neighbor. She gave me tons. I don't need that many, but she yelled at me when I wouldn't take them, so I did. And a rowdy. And the lamb's ears, to divide them, is the same exact thing. I just stuck the shovel in, went down far, and pulled them up. And I'll just go all the way around this section till I get them all the way up. If you guys notice my shovels, I have all the old shovels because my husband won't let me have the new ones because I ruin them, he says. So, just so you know, that's why I have the crappy ones. Because I use them for prying and I leave them out in the weather. So, don't feel sorry for me. And any of the new ones, if I get a metal one, I usually bend it somehow. So, here's the plants I'm putting in. The purple one is Heuchera Forever Purple. It's a shade plant. And then Eldorado featherweed grass. Now this one has full sun on the thing, but when I read the back, the tag on the back, it says it can go in part in sun or partial sun. So I'm going to put it in the back, do a drift in the back here, and I think it will get enough sun. I just need to decide what to do with the rest of this yarrow patch. I want the front to be simple and not cluttery. And then, because I kind of have my collection of plants over here. And also I have two Anna's Magic Ball. I think they're arborvitaes. I'm not exactly sure, but they're Anna's Magic Ball, and they're more of the lime green color. And they're going to go on each side of this path. But then I don't know what to do with this. So I will figure it out.